Hello everybody, this is your old friend RJ City, and today I will be watching and reacting to, apparently all the intros from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't even know how many seasons. We're going through decades here. This video is over 26 minutes. I've been putting it off and putting it off because it's a lot. Unfortunately, I found myself having the time, and let's not waste any of it. We've got a lot of work to do. Without any further ado, all the intros to every version of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Well, here's the classic. They were astronauts, and they unearthed this wonderful woman. She's an incredible actress. I found her very attractive even as a child. And then in LA, of course, a floating head. And there's Alpha and Angel Grove, this whole routine. We got it. I had these all on VHS. It was like the first 5 episodes, and they were different colors. Austin St. John is a great fake actor name. No one's called that. May the Yellow Ranger rest in peace. Walter Jones is another solid name. And this piece of shit, I'm not even going to get into her. I have personal issues with her. I don't want to divulge them right now. And David Yo seems nice. He's tweeted me back before, so I like him. These two, Bulk and Skull, they do Shakespeare in real life. They're learned actors, and they deserve all the credit, above everyone else, quite frankly. Of course, this was a scam. They would just repurpose the Japanese footage, and it wasn't union, and as popular as it was, nobody really made that much money. Let's see what's going on here. This is the second iteration. There's a lot more fire. I think that guy's name is Zed. There's always, these shows exist on that higher power plane, where there's always a bigger boss. There's it's Rita Repulsa, then a Lord Zed, and then one above that. Does this have a subtitle? No. And Amy Jo Johnson is the star, and this is where it started to crater as far as I'm concerned. Walter's growing out his hair. Hello, Walter. And of course, the Yellow Ranger. Oh my god. That is the peak. If you wanted to look hot in the 90s, you took the Green Ranger's look. It was him, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, that whole thing. Bulk and Skull are the constants in the show as far as I'm concerned. Tony Oliver here got away with murder. And then it's like, a higher power and then a bigger machine. Let's give him a sword and a shield and make him really bulky. So bulky he can't move. This is the third one now. Because there's a new Skull. There's a skeleton guy. There's Lord Zed, and then there's this. They're in outer space or another dimension when the floor is just all fog. And now they're ninjas because we needed a new line of merchandise. They went from Rangers, which is, and to just ninjas. You would think the ninja outfit is a lot weaker than the helmets they had. If you started with a helmet, maybe you should keep it. You understand what I'm saying? This seems like it's not going to protect you at all. Tommy looks great in that Roman Catholic guy having a communion thing. And then, of course, Bulk and Skull became security guard cops. And that was a fun B storyline. And this is all green screen. And he's flying. Instead of being just bulky, let's make it fly, and it's a tank, and we're sitting on the tank, I think. And now we're already in space. Oh, God. So Tommy's there. What is this, number 4? And now they're kids. Oh, my God. This was the Rugrats version of let's shrink them and make them go back in time to where they're smaller, but let's give them helmets because their brains are soft. Alien Rangers. So they're Rangers of space? Or they're aliens? Johnny Youngbosh. Okay, is there anyone else here? Well, they do as their younger versions. I understand this now. As Rocky. As young Rocky. It's so ridiculous that they would name anyone Rocky. They don't even look, they just have ponytails. Even that kid does not look like him. Oh, are there younger Bulk and Skulls? No, which kills me. They would have been so good. Go Alien Rangers. I love how they were like, we're not going to change this. We don't have the money to write a new song. We're just going to bring the same guy back in the booth, and he's going to squeeze in the new title. Now they have the money to Zeo. They just took words and removed letters. I'm like, there's a new word. I remember watching these, but I can't. I lost the thread at some point. You know, you're just like, this is another Rocky. How many Rockies? Is that young Rocky or old Rocky? This is, of course, what young Rocky's based on. And Tommy's just riding it out because he's the Red Ranger, so he's been green, white, red. He stopped playing the flute. Bulk and Skull are the only two who really haven't aged. I think that's fantastic. Oh my God! Lest we forget, Richard Janelle, the guy who made the smoothies in the high school cafe. They were either like 15 or they were 34. You can never tell. Power Rangers Zeo. And they have less body armor. And what is this? So they have helmets. And now they're just playing with the Hot Wheels set. Johnny Youngbosh really just changed up the look. Blake and what if we just had one kid now instead of us all being kids? Diva Tots. And they even got rid of they made that guy, Lieutenant Stone, they made him the smoothie maker. Just running out of shit here. But yet the show continues. This one isn't even good. What if it had numbers? What if the Zord had numbers on its chest? Turbo. What if it's car related? It was like the Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel would have been good on this show. Okay, we're in outer space again? Like, haven't we done this already? But now they're in outer space permanently. Instead of going back and forth, it's... I guess maybe a Star Trek got canceled and I thought this was our opening. Let's just be totally in space and we'll do everything on one ship and that'll save us even more money. They were Alien Rangers, but now there's Power Rangers in space. And this is very Battlestar Galactica. They're in Space City. So they're deep in space, which is a B-roll of Niagara Falls. Okay, we're in space, which I guess allows them to repurpose sets from other movies and shows without any explanation. And these outfits are horrible. They're a little baggy. They're not good to... And then there's a Tarzan girl. Okay. As it often happens in space, it often gets confused with the jungle. There's a giant bug alien guy. And they're... Shh, don't tell anyone. We're sneaking through the jungle. This is their personal Vietnam. And they have sabers? They don't know what they... Do these things come together? Is this a new one? Power Rangers Galaxy. Okay, this is a new one. Lost Galaxy. This is the one they found years ago. Lightspeed. So we gotta be in the future, right? Are there pools? There's SeaWorld in the future. That we know. We figured out how to be nice to whales in the future. In another timeline, where we aren't mean to whales, but we make them dance. Lightspeed Rescue. This is like a little Paw Patrol. There's a little bit of like emergency services, rock climbing, CPR, and of course dancing whales. Who could forget Miss Fairweather? And there's a space policeman. And here's the other bigger boss again. I guess Rita Repulsa is just dead. And are they hanging from tables? I wonder if the Japanese version made more sense or the same amount of sense, you know? And now they're just shooting. They just straight up, no more battles. They just, let's put some bullets in these monsters. Power Rangers. One's got green hair. And they're bowling? Oh, we're in time. We're going through time. This is interesting. Does anyone remember where in time is Carmen Sandiego? I thought that was a good twist. Very futuristic. And they wore the same outfits as here. And what are these outfits? Okay. A little better, but we've regressed from the originals. We've taken so many steps back that these ones are not better than the originals. And it's time for it. So they all have really fast watches. Vernon Wells. Oh my God. We've really stepped up here. Mr. Collins. Please, don't give me a first name. We're going through time, which means there'll be one passing shot of the pyramids to indicate time. I wonder if there's an episode with like them and Abraham Lincoln. Let's move on here. And this is all CGI. Look at how far we've come. To hell with props. And that the Yellow Ranger has wings. Wild Force. So they're nature-based. It's a little like Animorphs, which maybe I should do a reaction to all those intros. There's a ball to look at. Wild, but they don't seem to be in the jungle. This guy seems to still be working at SeaWorld. Jack Guzman as Danny, and he's a botanist, I think. They're on a planet of just plants. They're on a forest. They work at the Rainforest Cafe. Okay, Princess Shayla, and she's nice. No, Master Org, I think, is the mean one. And Toxica. That's a good name. And they morph into just an animal. And then they can also stand up. And a shark? A hammerhead robot shark. This is Street Sharks, this is Animorphs, and it's all CGI. So they've lost the charm.
Deep in the mountains, secret ninja academies train our future protectors. Ancient scrolls told of 3 who would be chosen above the others. 3 who would become
Ninja Storm. So they're ninjas, but only in inclement weather, and skateboarders the rest of the time. What I find interesting is that Bulk and Skull have just totally left after a number of seasons. And we just thought that they kept adding, and then they had a meeting. They're like, fellas, we need to get back to basics here. Let's just start with 3, and we'll give them a CGI hamster. Lothar. Lothar of the Hill People. I remember now they're stealing names from Saturday Night Live. Let's come off the back of just a truck. What do we have in the warehouse? A truck? I can't even tell you what that Zord is supposed to represent. There was a color bomb and then fire behind it. And now it's a T-Rex Dino Thunder. So, back to 3, and he plays soccer. He doesn't skateboard, he plays soccer. And this guy likes computers. There's always one guy who likes computers, and he knows no one else knows anything about computers but that guy. Just like the woman was playing guitar, and no one else can play music but her. Jesus. Wow. Dr. Tommy Oliver. Jason David Frank was like, what if I've been off the show for a number of years, what if I got a PhD in time turbo force speed? And their helmets morph into what? Do the dinosaurs come together? But this is somehow still better than Jurassic World, which I find fascinating. And they're driving snowmobiles, but there's no snow, and that's why the show is so irreverent. Oh, okay, good. We needed a pro-police season. Special police department, speed police department, speed power department. Space, they have numbers on their chests. Space, SPD. What does SPD stand for? Space Police Department. Matt Austin has just called me Bridge. In the future, no one has a last name. Sydney, I don't understand. Emperor Crumb. Again, we're running out of so many names. Is Jason David Frank also appearing in this? Space Department, SPD. Super Power Dudes. So pretty, damn it. Such powerful defense mechanism. Police. Hey, what does that stand for? Special Police Department. Special. Well, Chief, what do they do? I don't know. They're special. And now we've got into somebody saw Dungeons and Dragons or World of Warcraft, and they said, let's rip that off. And here's Mystic Force. It's the same show, just with some witches. And no, this song, not feeling it at all. There's not enough na. And Chip is way too happy to be here. Udana, Kobe, Phineas is a gnomish person that helps them on their way. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Those are lyrics. Okay. And then Mystic, which means what exactly? They tapped into witchcraft, which is popular nowadays. Everybody is a witch. So it's the exact same thing, just with some spells. They have a book of spells. Can we explain the Force? No, it's mystical. Operation Overdrive. We're going back to cars, I feel. Yeah. We need to sell more cars here. We need to get them driving young. What if they have all machines? This is like Blast Corps, my least favorite video game for N64. What if they have like a tractor trailer and a dump truck? You know? Let's put them behind one of those, what are they called? The cats? Oh god. Who is that guy? And we need a crown. David Weatherly. Oh. And now we just have an abominable snowman. I'm not going to explain it. Dump trucks, construction equipment, abominable snowman. That's good enough for a season. Let's go, guys. Was that one shot underwater? Oh my god. So much. They invested. Saban invested in a lot of green screens, is my understanding. They owned just a studio that was entirely green. And we're in the jungle. Can this one just be a straight-up cartoon? Why didn't they just do a cartoon? Jungle, it's so much cheaper, guys, to just do a cartoon. You don't have to train anyone how to fight. Okay, we're back to 3 of them, and they all just had cataract surgery. And they were born to be the best. Tigers. Tiger people who have poor eyesight. And one has a fan. RJ? Oh my god! This is how bereft this show is for ideas that they stole my name. Okay. We pick a lane, guys. Are we tigers? Are we motorcycles? Are we tigers with wheels? And they're throwing. I tell you something, they're looking very quickly. And I'm surprised they haven't pulled the muscle in the neck. And there is the time-honored ending on an explosion. It's always the same. Okay, now the 90s are here. Putting your floppy disks and
there is still one place we can
download this.
The domed city of Corinth. And the only hope
okay, so now we're post-apocalyptic. RPM, post-apocalyptic, where cars rule the earth. Flynn McAllister. Now we're adding the last name. Summer Lansdowne. This is deep. This was a big step for them to add last names to the characters and be upfront about them. They're in a post-apocalyptic domed city, but they're driving a 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Everyone has last names. This is pretty cool, guys. Where's Olivia Tennant? RPM. All right. They go as fast as they do what they usually do, but as quickly as possible. And they're all young apprentice mechanics. Okay, I feel like we're trying to get back to basics with this song, but this outfit, what was that, a gambling chip? Oh, and we've lost the last names for sure. Hector David Jr. Yeah, we've totally dropped them. And okay, so this is basically a cover of the original theme. And now these guys are all, and there's a new, Bulk and Spike. So Bulk came back, and Skull was like, fuck this. These aren't union wages. And he bolted. Amazing. Who knew there was heat between Bulk and Skull? Okay, we're going. And are they in, we don't know where they are. They've changed up the credits a little bit, which is fine. Samurai? Samurai Forever. So they're eternal samurais. They can't escape it. They'll never die. Power Rangers. We've stopped being mighty. We've certainly stopped morphing. Those guys didn't seem to morph at all. They just put on their helmets, grab their swords, and away we go. Oh, there's a morph. Maybe these ones are morphing. What did they throw in the air? Debris? Debris? Mike. They're just saying... You just say your first name? And they have this kendo stick battle. Bulk and Spike. Yeah, I'm not feeling this. Skull was just... When Skull leaves, it's time to... I guess Bulk said, no, I care about my character. And they're smaller than normal? They have small animals that they release? Wow, who's this fella? I'd like to know his name, please. Can we have the bad guy's name? That would make me happy. I guess not. Okay, well, they're in space. And there's the explosion. That's what we gotta end. And they're standing on the steps of an office building. Power Rangers Super. Super Samurai. Here's Power Rangers trading cards. That's a ripoff of Olmec. One is a shark. Again, no last names. It was a really brief last name phase. She wears a helmet in real life. There's Ernie. Do we have any Bulk or Spike? Nope, not at all. And they're in heaven? They're dead. They're Angel Force warriors. They just... There's a flying eyeball, which is the first interesting monster I've seen in about 10 seasons now. That one interests me. But with the bad guys, it seems like a real, like, last-minute Halloween costume, where it's like, let's take all the scary shit we can find and just throw it on one person until he gets hot and says no more, and then that'll be enough. And they're standing on podiums. They're dictators. Power Rangers Megaforce, young politicians. And that, oh, it's pirates? Yes, okay, great. What if they're space pirates? And they have action, space pirates who collect their own action figures running on the beach. Which is good for you, actually. It's good for your muscles. You just gotta be careful of the shells, of course. Emma works at the Brain Freeze. She makes the time-honored Power Rangers tradition of making smoothies. That guy, before, was wearing the same shirt in the last season. Guy hasn't changed at all. Oh, so these guys have action figures of the original Power Rangers? And they're like, let's just do this. Let's pay homage. And maybe Amy Jo Johnson will show up. Or maybe she'll cancel at the last minute. Again, I'm not going to divulge my personal issues with her. And they have black pants and turtlenecks. Well, or maybe they're neck guards. Maybe one of them got their necks cut, and they think, you know, I get wearing the helmets, but we should also protect our necks. So this is all of them at once? Power Rangers Super Mega Force. Until the volcano came and killed everyone. Power Rangers Pompeii. Okay, so they Dino... Is this a Dino Force? Didn't we already do Dino Force? And this guy... this guy is trying to sing too nicely. The singer of this theme song has an album to plug. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, there's always one with glasses. Everybody else has 20/20 eyesight, or they have contacts in. The CGI... What do they have now? Do those live their vials? Turmeric. Vials if they do turmeric shots. He did the dinosaur, the T-Rex vomited that guy out. Rangers Forever. See, this is, we get into, like, the legacy of it all. And now we have kind of... The Megazord has a mouth. It talks. It's like a giant robot puppet. Hello, everyone. That, if it was just Dino Charge. This isn't the Force. This is the Force of the... But then they start running. Okay, more dinos. We're stuck on dinos here. I'm so uncomfortable. I want this to be over so bad. I gotta go pee. I'm not gonna stop this, though. In a world full of strife, we must fight to survive. So already we're not even starting on a rhyme. Ivan. And again, no last name. She's fighting in her glasses. This guy, Heckle, has a suit on. You know they're evil when they're wearing suits in casual settings. They have a ball. It's a ball and chain. This is the same song. You will rise up to the top of the dinosaurs who vomit you out. Alright. Are we going to end on an explosion? Come on. Oh, there we go. Color explosions now a big one altogether. Yes. One thing you could count on. Dino Supercharged. Oh, we did Dino Charge. And this is the... What is... Explain the science. One of them is a magician. And Ninja Steel, Magic Time. Woman with a Wolf. Preston is a magician. Oh, and this is, they tried for a new Vulcan skull, and it's not going to land. I can tell you right now it's not going to land, fellas. And they have a cross for a helmet. They're Celtic, they're Christian. And they're in space. Galaxy Wars is like a wrestling thing, and they're doing it for the aliens, to entertain the aliens. So now they've ripped off my name and the plot of, I believe, Coneheads. Remember the ending? Where Dan Aykroyd had to, like, slay a monster? It was unnecessary. You wanted to see them on Earth. You didn't want to go to the planets, right? I'll be just doing a whole reaction to Coneheads or something. There's the explosion, and we're out. You see that explosion, and we're done. Ninja Steel. Because before they weren't well protected in their cloth outfits. Who is this evil person? Now we've got hoods. Power Rangers hoods. Power Rangers windbreakers. Calvin. We've run out of names. You can probably just reuse names from like season 3. Nobody's gonna remember. Hey, Levi, I'm a cowboy. Howdy, Buckaroo. Power Rangers, Buckaroos with hoods. I'm not feeling this. It's so they don't even have the decency to make the fire real. It's all CGI, and it's driving me insane. These people are in just a parking lot, the side of an office building, doing karate, and then they're like, "That's a wrap. We'll fix it in post." Jesus, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely insane and ridiculous. I can't make sense of one thing except for the explosion. You see the explosion? That's the out. That's all I have to rely on here. Power Rangers Auto-Tune. Power Rangers Run. Power Rangers Casually Dressed. Oh no, okay, these are... They're wearing leather jackets with zippers? We're this far into the future and we're still using zippers? There's no hope for humanity. Normal motorcycles and zippers. Power Rangers dressed by Diesel. Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Do they morph into beasts? Do they morph into leather jackets? And who are these guys? Okay, we're going. We've gone on for too long, I think is my point. They've hit their watches. Devin, Zoe, Ravi, Nate, and they have leather pants. They must be sweating their balls off in these outfits. Oh my god. At least this is now appropriate motorcycle gear. Before, they were like bare-legging it. That's Beast Morphers. Oh my, Marv? We're naming a Power Ranger Marv. Is that Bulk? We named a Power Ranger Marv. Power Rangers Black & Decker. They play a game? This is like a Jumanji. Is that Bulk? Why don't they just call him Bulk? What the hell is this shit? Hyperforce Game This is like Power Rangers Snakes and Ladders. I would love a little explanation. I haven't gotten one. It takes so much. It's taken me this long, decades and decades, to get a handle on the first season. And by the third, once Tommy switches from white to green and then to red, that was like all my brain could handle. And it was like, we're going to forget all of this. I miss Bulk and Skull. I hope Skull is okay. Bulk seems to be going strong through various hairs and facial hairs, which is exciting. And, where is Zordon? Where is Alpha? Rita Repulsa, I'm sure, is dead. Not only the character, but also the actress. On that note, though, what a legacy.